The planets sitting in your second house are like VIP guests at your money table. Now, we've already talked about the sign of your second house, the ruling planet of your second house, and what that ruling planet is doing in your natal chart. But in this video, we're going to talk about the planets that are literally in your second house and how they shed light and give more color to how you earn money and your earning style. All right, so if you want to know more, stick around. You definitely don't want to miss this. Hello, my loves. As always, I hope that this video finds you well and in excellent spirits. Pretty sure you know who I am right now, but in case you're new around here, my name is Mel. I'm a professional astrologer and I'm the founder of Divine Feminine Works, where I help people unlock their divinity and discover their magic. So if you're new, hi, hello, and welcome. And if you're not so new, welcome back. All right, so welcome to day 3 of our 31-day Money and Astrology series. And in this video, we're going to be talking about planets in your second house. So to recap, we've already talked about sign of your second house, planetary ruler of your second house, and what that planetary ruler is doing. So now we're talking about planets literally in your second house and what it means. So everything about astrology is in layers, right? It really sort of shows you, okay, this is what this means on the surface. Then we look at this and it adds another layer of information. Then we look at this thing and it adds another layer of information. So like I said in the intro, the planets in your second house are like VIP people, or they're like VIP seats at your money table, and they directly correlate to your spending style. So spending and earning style, I should say. So without further ado, let's get into what each planet in your second house means for your personal finances. So let's begin with the sun. If you have the sun in your second house, money, possessions are a very big part of your identity. This is also an area of life, particularly money in your personal finances, that is really activated, that's very active and vital. So money is probably something that, again, has a lot to do with your identity, your personality, or it's a very sort of hot topic in your life, all right? This is a very big emphasis for you if you've got the sun in your second house. Then we've got the moon. Now, the moon means that your emotions and likely your intuition are very much tied to how you make money. Could also mean that your money fluctuates, right? Could also be that your money sort of operates in a cyclical sort of nature. Think of seasonal work, think of ebbs and flows, just like the ocean. Just like there are 8 phases of the moon, there's sort of this cycle that happens with how you make money. So it's really important to use your intuition if you've got your moon in the second house, and to understand that money comes and goes. So to never get too excited or too down. Next, we've got Mercury. If you've got Mercury in your second house, your money is very much tied to ideas, communication, teaching, learning, all of those things. You could be someone who writes. You could be someone who is a speaker. Anything having to do with ideas, communication. If you've got Mercury in your second house, that is going to be the key that unlocks your personal money code. Okay. Next up, we've got Venus. If you've got Venus in your second house, you likely make money, or you should make money, that's really associated with beauty, with art, with music, with creative endeavors. You could be involved in finances since Venus is the planet of money itself, right? There could also be a very strong attraction level when it comes to money. So for instance, you could be a model, you attract money through your beauty, or you just have a really strong attraction power when it comes to money. Either way, Venus is a very positive planet. So if you've got Venus in your second house, you're kind of blessed when it comes to personal finances. Next, if you've got Mars in your second house, this is typically the planet of entrepreneurship. So you are someone who's a self-starter, someone who's independent, someone who goes after what it is that they want in a very direct sort of way. Mars is fiery, it is hot, it is motivated. So if you're looking to change your financial situation and you've got Mars in your second house, entrepreneurship, sports, physical activity even are going to be the keys to unlock your personal money code. Now, if you've got Jupiter in your second house, this is also a very positive placement, okay, especially when it comes to money, because Jupiter is the planet of abundance. So abundance is really a thing for you, but understand that Jupiter expands anything that it touches. So if you're lacking money, that lack is also going to be expanded as well. However, when it comes to Jupiter in your second house, you could have really big ideas, big opportunities, seeing the bigger picture, just abundance in general. Basically, Jupiter is going to magnify and expand whatever your money situation is like. So it behooves you to really get your money situation in order, because Jupiter will expand it and abundance will literally just fall into your lap. Next, if you've got Saturn in your second house, this could be kind of a difficult placement because Saturn is the planet of limitations and obstacles. So when it comes to making money, you could find that things take a long time. There are a lot of delays. But this is where you can really establish stability if you're willing to look at things long term and if you're willing to have discipline when it comes to money. This isn't necessarily an easy placement, but if you master it, you'll be able to provide yourself long lasting stability and even generational wealth. Next up, if you've got Uranus in your second house, this is the area of life where you experience a lot of ups and downs, sudden changes, quick turnarounds. You can either have a windfall of money or lose it all. Essentially, money is unpredictable for you if you've got Uranus in your second house, okay? Now, it doesn't mean that it's a necessarily bad thing. It just means that you kind of have to expect the unexpected when it comes to money. That can be really difficult when it comes to planning, but it really speaks to the fact that if you are in tune with the universe, if you are in tune with how nature flows, those erratic movements when it comes to money are not going to feel so erratic in your life. But either way, your second house and your personal finances are hella interesting. Next, if you have Neptune in your second house, this means that you live within the realm of creativity, esotericism, spirituality. Everything about how you make money is intuitive, it's spiritual, it's otherworldly. But mostly for you, creativity is where it's at. So if you're stuck in a job that doesn't allow you to be creative, doesn't allow you to use your imagination, you're not necessarily operating in accordance with your blueprint. So key thing to keep in mind with Neptune, creativity. And then last but not least, we've got Pluto. If you've got Pluto in your second house, this is intense and this is transformative. Perhaps you make money from helping people transform, for changing things. You can really be an agent of change. You could be a disruptor. It could also mean that you have a very powerful earning potential, and perhaps a powerful earning potential that is likely hidden. It's not necessarily apparent to you, but whatever it is that you do, you carry a lot of weight. You not physically, but you carry a lot of weight, like energetically, and you have a very deep earning potential. So your ability to make lots of money is there. You just have to tap into it. And tapping into it could require some uncomfortability, some endings, some ugly truths. But once you do, honey, that is where your abundance lies. Now, some of you may be asking, but I don't even have any planets in my second house. What does that mean? Go back to video number 1, where I talk about the ruler of your second house. So look at the sign of your second house and the planetary ruler of that sign. That will let you know what your second house is up to, especially if you don't have planets there. So if you don't have planets there, all is not lost. Check out your planetary ruler, where it's at in your natal chart, what it's doing, and you'll be able to deduce the same information. So of course, all of this matters because it gives you more information about your second house. That's just like, you know how you'll have people who have the same birthday as you, but they could have a completely different personality because their configuration of their natal chart is different than yours, even if you guys have the same birthday, right? It's the same thing with your second house. Someone who has a second house Taurus, right? If they've got Venus in Taurus, they've got a lot of material wealth, probably. They attract a lot of money. They can amass a lot of things. But that same person with Taurus as their second house, if they've got Saturn in their second house, they're probably lacking. It probably takes them a long time for them to get things. They experience a lot of obstacles and delays, even though they've got that same Taurus as the second house. So the planets in your second house give you a lot more information with respect to your personal money code, much like everything else. All right. So it's important to keep that in mind when you are examining your second house and the planets in it, as opposed to somebody else's. And of course, this is the exact kind of explanation and excavation I do in my signature service, The Blueprint, where we will not only go over your second house in detail, which also includes the planets in your second house, but everything else detailing your natal chart. Plus, you get a 30-day money map that you can use to immediately put the information in your natal chart to use when it comes to improving your financial situation. So if you're interested in signing up for the Blueprint, the first step is to book a free clarity call. It's 15 minutes where we can decide whether this service is a good fit for you and how we can proceed. So if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. But if you're not quite there yet, don't forget to take the Abundance Archetype quiz, where you can find out more about your abundance archetype and get some interesting goodies. All right. And so to recap, when it comes to planets in your second house, they give you more information. So just like someone that's got Taurus as the second house, but has Venus in there, is very different from someone who's got Taurus as their second house with Saturn. The planets offer distinction and they offer more information so you can unlock your personal money code. All right, my loves, so that pretty much concludes this video on planets in the second house. Join me tomorrow where I will be moving away from the second house and now moving on to the 8th house, where we discuss debt and other people's money. So stay tuned for that. All right, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care.